Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of What's in Theaters, a show where we talk about movies, movie news, streaming, and do some trailer reactions. I am your humble host with the most, Jeremy Stone, with a face for radio and a voice for print. So there are very few iconic Christmas stories. You have, or Christmas movies. You have A Christmas Story, Miracle on 34th Street, one of the more modern ones, Elf, the beloved Home Alone. Now, Joe Pesci was, I guess, interviewed asking whether he would reprise his role as one half of the Wet Bandits. So, Home Alone star Joe Pesci reveals if he'd do a third movie. Home Alone again? When it comes to making another sequel to the original 1990 holiday hit, Joe Pesci says it's better to leave well enough alone. Thank you. Right from the get-go, he's just like, hey, sometimes there's just you hit that magic stride, you strike gold. Sometimes you just got to be one and done. The Oscar-winning Goodfellas actor played Harry, one half of the bumbling burglar duo with Daniel Stern's Marv, in the blockbuster that starred Macaulay Culkin as accidentally left behind 8-year-old Kevin McAllister. Pesci. I always want to say Pepsi when I see that name. I want to say Pepsi. Pesci reprised his role in 1992 sequel Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, but did not return for the four films that followed. Well, thank God, because they just went to hell in a handbasket after that. 2002 made-for-TV sequel Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House, recast the original characters, replacing Culkin with Mike Weinberg and Stern with French Stewart. So let's check this out. Then you have this. So they're talking about. Oh, you can't see my cursor on it, but they're talking about this one right here, fourth one. So this little kid is playing Kevin McAllister again. Now you might recognize French Stewart. You're like, oh, I know that face. Well, he was in Third Rock from the Sun, and I think he did the sequel to. Inspector Gadget. So that's why I think it was him. So that's why you might look like, oh, I know that face, but I don't know the name. That's what he's from. But they're saying that they recast the original, or at least those two characters with those actors. Like, oof, I don't know. Let's take another look back because this this was a great franchise that went to shit real quick. The first one, oh my god, what can you say? I mean, it's perfection. It's fun. It's wholesome. It's like, yeah, it's a kid. And if you've seen the theories that Kevin McAllister is the one that becomes Jigsaw in the whole Saw franchise, that it was one of those fan theories. So it was actually pretty funny. Second one, good, not great. I don't know. It seemed a little mean spirited to me. The third one, I mean, okay, I'll say this: the third one, it has a very young Scarlett Johansson in it. Yeah, I think she was 12 or 13 at the time. But oh, I hated this one. This one was shit. The fourth one, I've never seen it, so I have no comment on it. The fifth one, Home Alone, the Holiday Heist, never seen it. Uh, Sorry if you heard that. Uh, Home Sweet Home Alone. This is the kid from Jojo Rabbit. This one actually wasn't bad. I think it was on Netflix. Pretty sure it was on Netflix. I gotta say, not bad. I actually had a good time watching it. But let's continue. Asked if he would ever return. Asked if he would ever consider returning as hot-headed. Oh, getting dry mouth already. Hot-headed Harry in a true Home Alone 3. Pesci told people he believes it would be difficult to replicate the innocence and success of the original film from the 90s. While you never say never, I think it would be very difficult to replicate not only the success, but also the overall innocence of the originals. Exactly. Pesci said in a new interview celebrating the 30th anniversary of Home Alone 2, it's it's a different time now. Attitudes and priorities have changed in 30 years. Abso-freaking-lutely. Everyone needs their safe space. You can't tell anybody anything. And really, I mean, nowadays it's like, oh, someone broke into my house. Alexa, Google, Siri, call 911. Everyone's got a phone, and just it because of the technology of now, it would be hard to replicate it, especially when he says the innocence. Because like kids nowadays, I mean, they're all about their streaming and their Minecraft and their video games, and back in the day when you were a kid, it was just put me outside, give me 2 hours of free imagination, a pile of mud and stick, and I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. And, I would play with Legos, and, I didn't need one of those little manuals. It's like, oh, this is how you build the castles. Like, no, I'll just figure it out myself. And your just imagination ran wild. So, yeah, because there's that innocence of, you're looking at through the wonder of the innocence of children. Now, I don't know. I don't know how innocent children are nowadays with the internet. I think they're corrupted. Speaking of hot-headed, Pesci revealed he suffered burns on his head when Harry and Marv's nemesis Kevin sprung a trap that set Harry's head aflame with the pull of a light bulb spring on the Home Alone sequel. Oh, is that wow? He got burned on the head twice. Yeah, because that's the one where he does a handstand and puts his head into a toilet filled with like gasoline. Yeah. And from what I heard, Macaulay Culkin said that when he was hanging on the coat hanger in the first one, and Joe Pesci put his finger in his mouth, uh, um, you can look this up, but Macaulay Culkin said like he actually left scars for years on his fingers. He actually bit his finger. Like, what the fuck? That's insane. In addition to the expected bumps, bruises, and general pains that you have associated with all this particular type of physical humor, I did sustain serious burns on the top of my head during the scene where Harry's hat is set on fire. As she said, nothing he performed. As she said, noting he performed the stunt himself, I was fortunate enough to have a professional stuntman do the heavy stunts. Okay, blah 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 blah. More Home Alone, more Home Alone. Crap, 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 crap. So it doesn't seem like Joe Pesci wants to reprise his role because maybe they just can't strike gold again. Because if you get him, I mean, obviously you're going to want to get Daniel Stern, and then obviously you're going to get Macaulay Culkin again. Now, I don't know, but I'm glad at least he said sometimes you need to leave well enough alone. I like that. And if you're a fan of Daniel Stern, I want to kind of highlight this film. This is starring my one of my favorite Peter Weller, who played RoboCop. Let me see if I could just bring up the image. Oh crap! I didn't want to do that. There it is. Leviathan. If you like, because this came out what 89. If you like horror, sci-fi, like The Thing. Why am I spacing out on it? But yeah, The Thing, or what's that James Cameron water one? The Abyss. If you want something like sci-fi monster movie that's practical effects and really entertaining, check out Leviathan. I know it was streaming for free on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it still is. Maybe you can rent it for like $3.99. But if you're in the mood to see Daniel Stern, Peter Weller, and just a fun 80s sci-fi horror action film, check it out. It's such a good time. And if you want to be less disappointed, check out Home Sweet Home Alone. I actually did have a pretty nice time watching it. Anyways, comment down section below. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, take care and take it easy.